I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ears, the Son of God discloses, and he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here, and I am with my grand angels, Bria and Brian. You guys want to say hello?
Hi!
First of all, let's just welcome you to our channel. In case it's your first time here, we do organic gardening. I can't guarantee that all the plants or soil that I use is organic, but once it comes into my food forest, after that, I only garden organically. No pesticides and no chemicals. Well, this video is something that I promised my subscribers, and even though it was 100 degrees yesterday, I made elderberry syrup from the elderberries that Brian and I harvested the other day, and I juiced it and put it in the refrigerator. And today I'm going to show you how I made a quick and easy elderberry syrup that you can refrigerate, and it'll last for at least 2 months in your refrigerator. And then I made one that is shelf stable by adding 100 proof vodka to it, and I made one a little bit stronger than the other in case I want to put it in tea. So that's 3 methods. Last but not least, I shared with you how I water bath some elderberry syrup that just has sugar and lemon juice to make the pH acidic so that it will last a long time, at least 18 months in a container. So we harvested all the elderberries from our backyard the first time I made the syrup from elderberries that I grew. So I'm very proud of this. So the syrup just needs to last us until we harvest some more next year. Right, guys? Now, Bria and Brian have been going to swimming lessons, and Bria has, I'm looking for you, has a little cough, no fever or anything. And so I really made the elderberry up, the kind that you refrigerate, so that she can take it now. And I gave her some this morning. How did it taste?
Good.
Good? And Brian tasted it as well, because you know, if one kid gets sick, the other one will get sick, and the elderberry will really boost your immune system. Okay, so I'm not going to talk a lot about the benefits of it in this video. I thought I would do a Monday night live chat that I do every week, and I'll go extensively into the benefits of elderberry juice. But if you get a cold or a flu, you'll recover quicker. And if you constantly take a little bit of the elderberry juice every day as a tonic, you will build up your immune system so that you won't get a cold or the flu. Okay? All right. Okay. So let's get started on this video. Let me briefly just let you know or remind you, and if you're new to the channel, that I harvested these juicy, dark, rich elderberries from my food forest. My grand angel Brian helped me. And after we harvested the elderberries, since I don't use chemicals or pesticides, I brought them in and rinsed them really well in warm water. And then I used my root and branches steam extractor to get every bit of the juice out of the elderberries. And after I extracted the juice, I let it cool off, and then I refrigerated it for a couple of days. And I turned my refrigerator down to 30 degrees so that, you know, they wouldn't spoil. Okay, guys, I made 4 types of elderberry syrup today. First of all, I want you to know that this is just elderberry plain juice and sugar to sweeten it. That will go in the refrigerator. So this is my refrigerated elderberry syrup. Over here is equal parts of elderberry syrup and 100 proof vodka with a little vanilla and honey to sweeten it. Over here is the same thing, except I added a little bit more vodka, 100 proof, than I did elderberry. So this is going to be like the extra strong strength when somebody want to add it to tea or a hot toddy. And over here, I have 5 jars that I'm going to water bath can, and it is just sugar and elderberry juice with 3 tablespoons of lemon juice in each jar. And then I'm going to can this by water bath canning for 10 minutes. I only have 5 jars. I always keep an extra jar of water for me to can. And if you're not familiar with water bath canning, you can check out any of my videos on water bath canning, and I give you specific instructions. Now, I need to fill up this water bath canner until the water is about 1 inch or so above the rim. So let me go do that. The water is above the rim, and there was a little lemon pulp on the jars, and I'm just going to add a little bit of vinegar right here, 5% vinegar. And the reason why I do that, you guys, is because it keeps your jars pretty, okay? And make sure you don't pour it directly on top of a jar, because that's what'll happen. It'll corrode. I use room temperature water on room temperature jars that were filled with the elderberry syrup. I'm going to bring this to a boil for 10 minutes, and then I'm just going to turn it off, and then I'll remove the jars after it cools down, and I'll bring you back. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes, and I let it cool off, but it's still boiling. I'm going to hit and remove them from the canner. And you always want to put them on a thick cushion of towels, or you can use a wooden cutting board. That's what I'm going to use today. Okay, guys, I want you to know I did this for you all because so many people ask me how to make the syrup. Ordinarily, I would freeze this and do it in the, cooler time of the year, like the fall, because it's just too hot and it's 100 degrees outside. Anyway, I'm putting a towel over here. This will help facilitate the drying of the top and sealing. And I made some labels. I just put a homemade label, extra strength here. That's for me, in case, I get real sick. But I've been really blessed. I haven't had any issues except allergies since the pandemic started. Okay? And maybe that's because I isolate myself and don't be around a lot of people. But we're going to leave this undisturbed for 24 hours, and you'll start hearing the pinging, and you'll know. And I'll come back in 24 hours and show you how I know these have all sealed. The next day, you want to take your jars, turn them upside down, make sure that there's no leaking around the lid. You will remove the rings. Okay, because the rings will give you a false sense of sealing, okay? Meaning that if you have that ring secured real tight, does not mean that the jar has sealed. Okay, everybody, here's all of the elderberry syrup. Again, I just want to review. Here I have elderberry syrup, equal portions with 100% vodka. Equal portions, and then honey and vanilla to sweeten to taste. Here is very strong solution of the elderberry syrup. You can use it in your teas or hot toddies. It has more alcohol in it than elderberry, just a little bit more, and honey to sweeten the taste. These were all cold processed, and the reason for doing that is you don't want to heat up the honey to lose the beneficial nutrients in raw, unfiltered honey. And that's what I use. No heat whatsoever. You just want to make sure that you shake it up really well before you use it so that the honey doesn't settle at the bottom. But here, it looks pretty good. It's not settling at the bottom. Okay, now these two are refrigerated. This is for Bria to use now, and I just put it in any container I have since I'm using it in the refrigerator. Now this over here was a water bath can, and it has sugar in it, no alcohol. It'll be safe for at least a year in this state. Ball says, he said the lids will last 18 months now, but I know that they can last longer. But if I'm blessed to harvest elderberries every year, which I'm anticipating, I'll just make more every year. So these have been water bath canned, and they're shelf stable for at least 18 months. These can last much longer on the shelf because of the alcohol content is a preservative, and these have no alcohol or have not been water bath canned, and they will go in the refrigerator. In fact, I just took them out and they're real cold. And I'll give Bria some today, and she'll take home this because she's coming to visit me today. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is something I wrote on here a long time ago. I hope I shared something with you that you can use. You know that I love you, and God loves you too. And remember, grow your own, eat your own. It's not hard. You can do this. Okay? Just learn to work smarter, and you can use your garden or your food forest as your medicine. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye now. See you real soon.